All right. It is December 28th. It's almost 70 degrees today. First day that we've gotten this warm since the hard freeze that hit us the week before Christmas. This hive apparently blew over in the windstorm. I came out and I found the lid dislodged but not completely off. I think I lost some of the bees, but there's activity, so I still clearly have some. When I set the bees up, it was still quite cold, and so there were things that I would otherwise have done in making the hive right that I did not do on that day because it was cold. And so I've got to get a divider board back in good position, and then I want to get a look at the cluster to have an assessment of how many bees I still have and whether the queen is likely still okay. My assistants today, supervising, cheering me on, sometimes nudging me. I've got a horde of them, and they're vocal. So that's where we are today. I'm going to pause this and get in position and get my gear on and get the lid lifted, and then we'll see what we've got. Okay, I think I'm recording again. So this blue pillowcase, here we've got some bees. Yeah, these are dead. Oh, sorry. On the outside here. I don't think there's any likelihood that they're going to revive. They've been there long enough. It is, if a bee has been motionless for a short period of time. There we go. All right. So that pillowcase is filled with alpaca wool, and I put it over the tops of the frames so that they can, let's see, I don't know if it will let me, I don't think it's going to let me zoom while I'm recording or change the zoom. So here I've got sugar, and you can see that a number of the bees, sorry, helps if I point the camera where I'm looking, a number of the bees are eating. Down at the bottom, these are the ones that I saw that were dead. These over here, they're alive, they're eating. I hope I showed it. There we go. They're alive, they're eating the sugar. All right, now what I need to do is get some room for myself to set up the divider board. The divider board is that sheet of plywood that's now laying flat on the bottom, and it needs to rest right here to separate the air in the colony from all of this empty space so that they can keep the colony warm without having to warm up all this extra space. So the problem is that there are frames that are in the way. So I'm gonna, since I broke my tripod and I don't have an assistant, I'm going to have to pause again while I move some things. So I got the divider board up from the floor, and I'm able to see the bees. And I'm not sure how much of this will be visible, but it looks like we've got some really good coverage of bees. So I'm much reassured. Okay, well, they have plenty of honey for now, plenty of sugar for now, plenty of bees for now. I've got the divider board back in its proper place. I'm going to put the insulation back on and close them up. And then the last thing I'm going to do is to rig a method to tie this down to the cinder blocks below. And so that's my plan for the remainder of this inspection. So I'll pause it and I'll show you my tie down in a moment. Well, after I finished working with them inside the hive, I thought I must have made them really upset because there were so many of them flying around. But I think rather that disturbing the cluster just kind of jump-started them back into the type of behavior that they might normally be doing on a day like this. This looks like, sorry, one got in my hair. This looks like orientation flights to me. That they are, because they've not been aggressive since I closed up the hive. And I think they are just, the young bees are just learning how to find their way back to the hive. So my tie down, I tied on both sides through the center of the cinder blocks, and then I'm cinching across the top, and I can cinch it down tighter as the rope stretches on later visits. So for now, the wind can't blow this over again, and I do think it was wind, not the cows, although it still could have been the cows. But anyway, it can't be tipped over without tipping over all 4 of those cinder blocks and the 2 landscaping timbers with it. So I think it's quite secure now. And once again, I'm feeling really good about the prospects for this hive. Thanks for watching.